Hey guys, Lenny White here. Sorry for the quality, man. The weather's dark and the lighting is yellow. So please don't get at me. This ain't your high resolution videos that you guys are used to. But hey, it's just the start, man. When money comes in and it comes like a flood, everything will be crispy. But yeah, Lenny White, wisdom state of mind. So I wanted to make this video basically to really introduce myself to you and my brand to you guys, because I noticed that I've been making music for quite a while now and getting some sort of response. And I noticed that a lot of people ask me questions about what is the wisdom state of mind, what is it about? And it's a long story. So, but first, before we get into that, I'm gonna tell you about myself. So Glenny White, yeah, basically, is a play of my name. My real name is Glenn Yemo, as in GLENNYMOH, and my surname derives from Ghana, West Africa, and I was born in London, United Kingdom, from African migrants from Ghana, and I've been born and raised here ever since. So originally from West London, and if you notice in my music, especially when the EP comes out, you see here a term called West Side Rider Soul Survivor. And that basically is me representing or putting on for West London, as they say. So that's what it's about. So originally, how I started rap was this: when I started rap, yeah, I started rapping when I heard that album Graduation by Kanye West. When I heard the album Graduation by Kanye West, I just fell in love with music basically. And the specific song that I started writing from was flashing lights when I heard it. And I remember that day. It was like years ago. I think it came out in 2007. So yeah, it came out. I was listening to it on a from a radio show of a physical radio box that was basically on the floor. Like here, it wasn't like this at all. Like my bed was not like this, or shelves were not like this years ago. So what I did was that it was on the floor, and it was on from Kiss 100 FM. When I heard the song, I was like, man, like Kanye West. And then I started writing my first rhymes according to the floor. I don't remember the rhymes, but I remember it was a song that made me write my first rhymes. And I think what made me to keep on rapping was because, Kanye West basically, at that time, it was up against 50 Cent because that album was on the same day. And because 50 Cent at that time, gangster rap was phenomenal. It was like on a whole nother level. And, me coming from a different upbringing, coming from a different background, I liked the music. I was celebrating music, but it wasn't really touching me. You understand? Because it's like I don't live that lifestyle, or no, I mostly live that lifestyle, but I don't relate to it, I would say. So when I saw Kanye West, or when Kanye West came out of the blue, obviously he dropped out, college dropout, late training, came with graduation, if I'm correct. You know, the impact, and he sold more. The impact was so powerful. It was like he represented a new generation of rappers and music itself. And his image sort of really, really made me want to keep rapping, because it's like, oh, he's not a gangster rapper, so I'm not a gangster rapper either. So it was something like I could really take this on. So that's how I end up making music in the first place. And I just followed through with that. And then through the likes of Kanye, I went through Eminem, Tupac, Jay-Z, all them goats. So, all them great rappers, all the great artists. So that's how I start to cultivate my style, my flow, and my lyricism. So that's how it really began to really work for me in hip hop. So technically, hip hop is my genre, and obviously I like to expand in it, but hip hop will always be my primary base. You know, that is what it was. So yeah, so me just being writing music, I always, I like music that really is. So music is about feeling, and it's about relationship. In terms of I speak things, when I write from the things I see in society, like social issues, or things that I witness. Not necessarily see from my eye itself, but things that I experience, or life itself. And I noticed that even being from London, England, I used to be very, very, you know, I used to follow trend. I used to follow fashion and music. And my music started getting positive responses because um, I started being more myself in my music, because at the time when I started writing music, gangster rap, or at that time people were massive, like from the likes from Gigs or Crepton Conan. I'm sure if you know them. So I was following their type of style of rap. But when I started writing it from that point of view, from my side, I got dislikes, I got hate, and I was just very discouraged, to be honest, until I started to embrace my originality and put real music in terms of real from the heart and how I feel in terms of socially and things. Then it really started to resonate with the public very well. So just music itself, really, just it took me a lot of time with music. I had to grow up, basically. I had to grow up. I had to live a little. I had to grow up, and if I were to come back to this music thing, I have to know who am I as an artist? Who am I as a person? What is my purpose? What is my reason? And it was all about music, music that my music primarily reflects off the now, not the now, but reflects off the issues that we go through as humans, and just life in general. I know that's a broad subject, but it's like I would say, things that hurt, things that make me feel sad. Like, when I ever see a young man die, or one is born disabled, or things that, people pass, not necessarily death, not necessarily negative, or when one achieves, I really joy or get sad over those things, and I write my music off that. So when you hear the song It's Time, yeah, I'm talking about, when you see the video, I'm talking about, different things of It's Time, like, I'm talking about acid attacks on the rise, men committed suicide, girls stripping for the timelines, people dying at 45, those lyrics really, really reflect what's happening in the now, you see what I'm saying? Or, lyrics like from the song, from the track, like, youngsters scared for their lives, and now they reach for the knife, wanting to shank up a youth, if he dare crosses the line, right now in London City, there's a big epidemic of, knife crime and just violence in general, like to the point where it was happening, but now, like, you got 50 murders and stuff. So my music really, really reflects off this, what's happening in society, and I don't use it in other words to be political or to preach, but it's like, music is a form of expression, and I write what I see and what I experience, So on a EP when it comes out, I do a lot of just it's about feeling, just rap, lyrics from the heart, basically, lyrics from the heart, and and basically it relates to the public, and it's real. When I say real, it's like you understand it, you understand it. We're at a point where I want to make sure that even lyrically, someone can understand me all the way from Zimbabwe, all the way from Brazil, all the way from Poland, all the way from Japan, Even I may be speaking English, but people can understand it because, we humans, we may not understand each other in terms of communication, but the pain, or let's say the joy, or let's say the anger that we all go through is similar. We're all flesh. We're all flesh. We all got hearts and lungs. All of us. You understand? Doesn't matter. So that's where music comes from, and Glenny Wise that person to do it. So now going to wisdom state of mind. What wisdom state of mind is this? Yeah, wisdom state of mind is it's got to be a business. So you can see wisdom state of mind basically. Check that out in my It's Time video. So that's the logo basically. So wisdom state of mind now. Okay, as a business as a whole, it's going to be a record label and a publishing company, because I realized that when I started put my music, That's What Greatest EP is going to be out on May the 11th. So when I started signing paperwork for royalty collection, I just thought, hold on, if I'm doing all of this, I better incorporate myself. So when I incorporated myself, it's also as a business. So I'm the artist, but I'm a businessman also. So if anything happens to my music, it will come to the company, not to me as an individual. In other words, I'll just be the director, and I just think of legacy. Like, if I'm starting something that's going to be create impact or lead generations here, I'd rather get make myself a corporate background, for myself. Like, that saying, sign yourself to yourself. So that's what I'll do. And technically, I think of future because, I'm not going to be around forever, One day I'm going to die and leave this earth. Let's all face it. So after I pass away, yeah, at least the royalties or the dividends or anything, at least it will go to my family, Because I'm here for a limited time, but let's say with music, you got Prince, you got Michael Jackson, you got Tupac products still being played to this day. You understand? So if my mommy's gonna be in the system for years and years forever, I wanna make sure my family are fed. That's how I feel. So yeah, that's the business side of it. That's the business side, and eventually, if it goes very well, I'm doing music very well. I'll do more clothing, different designs. Just a lot in it. That's traditionally anyway. So technically, it's like but this is the core values of it. How I find the wisdom state of mind was this, yeah. When I thought of the name, it was quite weird. I found it through hip hop, basically. In my younger days, yeah, I come from a strong church background. I used to go to different churches. I'm a Christian, Pentecostal, Holy Spirit, Jesus, I believe in God. I went through different churches, and everybody said, "Oh, have wisdom, have wisdom, have wisdom." People tell my mother, "Have wisdom." And I was thinking to myself, like, I thought wisdom was basically this. You must be the smartest guy on the planet. In other words, you get A grades, you know how to break down life situations, like you are the smartest guy. You're the smartest man of all. But people said wisdom, and after a while, I started to clock that, okay. Because I was thinking to myself, academically, I'm not great, My GCSEs wasn't that astonishing. I didn't get 5 C's. So I think, how am I wisdom? And when I looked at wisdom, wisdom was like, it was like how to, you're intelligent, you have a broad type of thinking. You can break life situations down, you can analyze and critically analyze things and problem solve. So I was very good at that. I was very good at that and articulating myself. Even English teachers will see that, oh, Glenn, he's very articulate. He's very articulate. So it's like, yeah, and how I really found the true meaning of wisdom, because there was a man named King Solomon in the Bible, and he was like the wisest man who ever lived, basically. And what really made him the wisest man is like, there was in the Bible, there was passage where two women were fighting over a child. Both women were mothers, but one of the mothers had no child because the child died, and I don't know what happened. I don't know the full story. And then that child, the child, the mother whose child died, went and stole the other mother's child to replace the child that was dead. So in other words, he went to store it, basically stole the child and just said that, oh, it's hers, you understand? And then the mom called, said to the argument, said, oh, that's my child, or fight, not my child. And it got so bad, I went to the king, and King Solomon. And the king, after they were waffling and they were arguing, quarreling, said, okay, fine. Since you guys are fighting over a child, and you both are saying, okay, fine, I'll cut the baby in half here and give the half to you, off maybe to you, and that's what's gonna happen. They're about to do it, and the mother, who's the original mother, said that, oh, don't do it, please spare his life, what's that? And King Solomon said, okay, she's the original mother. Hand the child back to her, and everybody was amazed. So when I look at wisdom, yeah, it's really about it's something like a broad type of thinking that, and people always told me that. Now, state of mind, how I found a state of mind was when, in my time of music, I came across Nas' album Illmatic, and the track that I really liked was New York State of Mind, and just when I heard the music, I liked it, and then I liked basically State of Mind, New York State of Mind. So, and then there's a time where I came across Tupac, and I was a Tupac fan. The first song that really made me fall in love with Tupac, the first I came across was So Much Pain. And I even made a video in my YouTube channel of me performing the greatest verse of all time. This is my favorite, and it was with Big Stretch. And I liked the track so much that I actually did a cover of it, did a remix of it with my own vocals, and And what I did was this. I said that lyrics, oh, gotta keep my eyes on the prize. using my wisdom state of mind, because I was just accepting, I was just embracing. Okay, I'm wise then. Since you guys are here, I'm wise. So I just said, oh, wisdom state of mind. I didn't think of it as then. It was just a lyric, it was just a line, a sentence. But over a life experience, I started to really know that, okay, like yeah, I'm really taking this seriously. So I started taking wisdom and started writing, blogging, and that's how the name came about. And what and how it's going to be is this: the wisdom state of mind, the mission of wisdom state of mind is going to bring wisdom to the youth. That's what I'm going to do, and I'm going to use it to promote economical thinking. In other words, the base of it will promote economical thinking, and economical thinking where young people can be able to invest in themselves and their talents to the point where it's so good that we don't have to rely on governmental affairs. In other words, benefits. We don't have to protest. We don't have to ask. We don't have to borrow. All the talents is ingrained within us. God has given us the talents, and if we use it wisely, you're a rich man for life. And I'm not talking they say money, but I'm just saying that you're rich within yourself. You're richer than money itself, and your family are straight from that. If you invest in yourself and your talents rather than begging, rather than asking, and I say invest in yourself, you learn the knowledge. You go out there and learn for yourself. You learn and you cultivate. You cultivate yourself, and then bam. That's how I feel, because I feel that personally speaking, going to uni, going to education, I mean, I learned a lot. I grew a lot of characteristics, but let's say I wasn't finished. In other words, it didn't fulfill me. Because what I know now, based on what I know then, it's a big margin based on, the things that I've learned in life, and that I noticed that, the things that we learned in school, half of it, almost all of it, is not really relevant to us since after we leave. So it's really about, it's really about, just promoting economical thinking and independence, where, we will no longer have to beg, we no longer have to ask, we can know how to invest. And I want to take that into the community, where the community can be an economical powerhouse. That's so much the point where we can own land, we can own these properties, we can do business in there, to the point where we're our own government. That's what I want to do. That's my promised land. So while I'm trying to do that for myself, in other words, this music and things, God willingly, that, I take, I paved most for this house or whatever, yeah. At the end of the day, I can do greater things. So that's the mission. So I'll make sure that, before I go out do that, my mission work, I take care of my family and everything, and, do out there. So that's really my mission. That's really my goal. That's really my truth. So that's what the wisdom state of mind is about. Just spreading wisdom and using it inspirational to motivate the youth and to make them believe in themselves and their craft, their craft. Because I believe that everybody has a talent, no matter what. You can draw, you can write, you can sing, you can act, you can dance, accounting, law, cooking, anything. I think nowadays we're in a creative phase where we're all taking a chance to believe in ourselves, and that's what I'm going to do. And that's what I'm aiming to do, because, being in this country, I'm telling you, for you guys that are out there, I know that I came from Ghana, yeah. People have said that, oh, take me to there. I'm thinking, no, listen, I'll tell you straight, yeah. Let me tell you something. The city is very, very, very beautiful. But financially, the people is very expensive, To live is expensive. When I say expensive, it's like expensive. Travel expenses and taxes. You pay a lot of things. So, don't get gas when you look at these media, when they tell you whatever, telling you, don't get gas. It's expensive. And I'm not saying this to get you scared, but it's like, open your mind, everything is a price. You want to live a certain lifestyle, you have to pay a price. That's how it is. So, that's how it is. So when I make music, my music going to reflect the reality of this world and living. I always pray that my head stays firm and I have thick skin, because not everybody's going to like me. So that's how it is. So wisdom state of mind, that's what it's going to be. Business-wise, it's going to be a record label, a publishing company for myself as an artist and as an entrepreneur. Fine. But the core mission is to, bring wisdom to the youth and, promote economical, thinking enterprise thinking. Not necessarily you have to build your own business, but it's like, money management. Help yourself. The ability to help yourself. Help yourself. You got a brain. The brain has so many functions of it that we can do whatever it takes. Believe in yourself, and I want to tap into books as well, because I used to a lot of blogging. So public speaking, I'm going to do that. Regardless, I'm going to do that. That's what I'm saying in mind as a whole. Glenny White's an artist. What I'm saying in mind is a program. So obviously it's going to be recorded, but I'm just saying that those things, like the dividends I make from my royalties or music, just music in general, I'll use that to, fund and to invest, just because I want one day to the point where, like, I realize that I don't talk too much, but yeah. We're going to get there. I believe we're going to get there to the point where, we don't have to rely on corporates. So that's what I want to do, and that's what I want to be. So that's what the Wisdom State of Mind would be. And I hope I answered your questions. And I know I'm sorry if you watched this long. I thank you. And God bless you all. And I hope you get the EP, That's for Greatness, May the 11th out now. I mean, not out now. May the 11th, coming soon anyway. So, yeah. So the link is in the description. So God bless you all. Read this from London, England. Keep shining, keep shining. God bless.